the action here. We've had the drafts, and I think it looks like we're going to have a good one on our hands here, Lacoste, right? Two sort of different approaches. Chicken Fighters wanting to hold it off, build it up so Charlie or Aqua is going to be this big late game beast. Yes. Entity, they're going to do their best to hit them hard in the mid game and make sure that Aqua doesn't get that space.
Entity, they have a lineup that is going to be very aggressive, like 15 to 25 minutes with the Jakiro offlane. This is something that Toby played. I've been very impressed how well this hero does on the offlane, how well it scales. And for everyone on Chicken Fighters, do not stand in macro fire.
No.
This is
We've had that
my
happen.
Professional take on the game. It does a ton of damage, especially if we get to that Aghanim Scepter on Jakiro. On the other side, I think Panel talked about how important their offlane is. Snapfire plus Mars, they need to be able to win this lane. Look at the items on Jibe. Man, these offlaners, they're more greedy than carry players. It's insane. Yeah, 3 gauntlets and the ring.
Not even a Quelling, yeah, just all for the stats, the armor and the strength. That's all this man needs as he takes it to the offlane. Yeah, he's going to be beefy. He certainly is. And, I mean, yeah, let's look at the lane setups. I mean, obviously we talk about the strength that Entity's going to have in the mid game. I mean, Chicken Fighters, what's sort of their game plan going to be to make sure that they can hold back Entity and get that space for Medusa? Like, who's sort of the key playmakers on Chicken Fighters?
Definitely Mars and Lina. Also, Baranya is going to be on his, I believe, most played hero and the hero that he feels most comfortable. He was one of the pioneers of the build on Lina that we see these days, going for Boots of Travel into BKB. Before, when Bloodstone was a thing, I think he was the one who tried to force it. But yeah, definitely feels the most comfortable on the hero. I want to see this matchup. I've seen this matchup go both ways, but I was also very surprised how well Queen of Pain does.
Yeah, because sort of traditionally the Lina would come out a lot on top. I guess, but yeah, with a different way that Quats are playing now, and more focused on getting the Scream to push the wave back, not bothering with the dagger. It leans towards them being a bit even. And if anything, just to the fact that we're getting a lot more Quat play nowadays. A lot of players much more comfortable on the hero with the amount of frequency we're seeing it picked up this patch. Looking at the side lanes so far. I mean, bottom, talking about heroes that, well, we don't really see too often. Fishman on the silencer. I mean, how's this laning stage going to go for him? Is he going to be able to offer up a lot for the Wraith King, or is Chrysalis going to really feel the heat of the Mars and Snapfire down?
I don't think they get a kill. There's going to be some harassment, but Silencer has been nerfed. I just don't feel the hero. I guess they picked it as a counter to Bane. Panel discussed about how it's good, you know. You don't need to position yourself to be able to cancel the Fiend's Grip.
Good against the Snap as well, I guess.
Yeah, great as well against the Snap, but if they get a good initiation on you. But they don't have that many ways to like initiate a fight, especially if Mars does not get a Blink Dagger first item. That means like the only way to start a fight is like position themselves really well or a smoke gank. Aqua?
I mean, yeah, we're seeing at this point, it's just for the power of the Jakiro in the lane. Just so much damage on such low cooldown and low expenditure, right? Anytime it's up, Aqua is going to take quite a heavy hit from the burn. And it's going to be hard for the Medusa to stand strong in the lane against this, especially once Toby hits the level 3, has that second point.
Yeah, he's just level 3, so 2 points in dual breath. This lane, I'm going to say almost unplayable, but it's gonna be very difficult for Medusa. She's most likely gonna need the CS only underneath the tower. They also have a ward that is scouting out the Medusa, and this might be the first blood.
I mean, yeah, they're doing so much damage here, Entity up top, lining up the charges and the dual breaths perfectly, hitting onto the two of them every time. Yeah, this is not a fun start for Chicken Fighters in their safe lane at all.
Definitely not. They also have a big camp, so they can pull that back. Spirit Breaker can do it next wave. Pexu also low HP. Had to use Healing Salve on his Medusa, does not want Medusa to die.
Now Pexu could be in trouble there. So if they're able to finish him off, he's got Nightmare. Okay, so who will manage to hold back the Spirit Breaker? But yeah, we're really seeing that CS. Not a great start for Aqua, but Aqua's been in these situations before. He can recover.
I thought
it's going to need to be a big recovery.
How Baranya feels very good on his Lina. 21-5 against 16 and 2. Oh! First blood.
All right. Well, there we go. They got the 2 points to the Little Shredder and a couple in the God's Rebuke. A lot of Mindless Armor and a lot of physical damage. and too much for Chrysalis to withstand as he gets knocked out of the lane.
One of the reasons why Snapfire is so good as a hero, this might be another one.
Yeah, look at this damage.
That
hurts. Poor
minus armor from Lil Shredder. It synergizes well with God's Rebuke. So yeah, this lane, as we said, like it needs to go well for Chicken Fighters, and so far it has been going great. 19-7 on Mars. Oh, look at Medusa. She's sitting at 6
It's tough up top. I mean, yeah, Chicken Fighters, they need that bottom lane to go well because it's going to be a slow game for Aqua. He's going to need a lot of time because of how much Entity he's been able to do up here with this Spirit Breaker Jakiro combo.
Wanna play with fire?
Yeah, the lane itself is just, it's not going to get any easier for Aqua. So anytime he steps up, he's going to be taking at least half his HP and mana and damage from the combo of Toby and Katami. Just having to constantly stay sat underneath the tower, taking any regen he can from Peksu. Best he can do is just make sure they don't get the kill on him.
It's too much harassment from this Jakiro. Like, you need to have constant healing cells running on your safe lane. And there we go, just another one. If we can check how much consumable gold we spent so far on our heroes, that'd be great, because I think Peksu just invested pretty much everything to keep Medusa alive.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. 1 point over 1k already, just at 5 minutes.
That's almost the Midas recipe.
That's true, you know. And top lane, despite all the best efforts Peksu's been doing with getting this regen out, it's still, you know, it's not like it's made the lane better. It's taken them a lot of effort to take them down. They will get them. Stormer coming in with the rotation to take out Aqua. But yeah, this tier 1's going down. This top lane's done for. It's time for Chicken Fighters to look elsewhere, and Aqua to focus probably on the jungle.
Hit the jungle.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't even need to rotate the co-op. They would still get a kill and get the tower, because Jakiro is just enormous, and they were also playing with the catapult timings. So nicely done. Meanwhile, Lina has 13 more CS than Queen of Pain, because she made a rotation, but this also opens up potentially rotations from the Spirit Breaker on a mid lane, and Queen of Pain, most importantly, did not use ulti.
Oh, actually blowing the ult, and that'll do it. Baranya sees the opportunity with the Dragon Slave and the Guna to burst Stormstormer. As Stormstormer tries to come in for some action, charge over from Katami, but Chicken Fighters, they have the numbers here. The Macropire will get laid down, but Chicken Fighters can easily stand their distance, and they'll end up setting up for 2 kills for Baranya, and that was Entity trying to bring some focus towards the mid lane. Chicken Fighters were ready for it. Baranya, he's going to be on the road to popping off with those couple of kills going his way.
And they definitely need him to pop off. Same goes for Jibe, but good rotation from Stormstormer. He understands, like, I just died. Is there gonna be a Sonic Wave? Nope.
I did have it, but didn't feel confident on finding the angle, and might have been a little short on the damage even at that. And Jibe, of course, with that early strength that he's been buying up, is relatively tanky. Even to the pure damage. Error. He should be done for. Stormstormer's going to jump in. Attempted TP out. Not going to make it in time, though. He'll go down. Fisherman takes the kill. Gets a bit of that in.
No int.
Oh, it was not in range.
He does not have points in Glaive of Wisdom.
Oh, yeah, it does not at the moment.
I mean, it should work as Flash Heap. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know why. It just feels natural to work that way. I'm a bit biased. I like to play Silencer. Maybe it shouldn't work that way.
See, Toby's in I think he's in a bit of trouble here. It's going pretty deep this time. And Peksu and Baranya, they'll have something to say about it. Baranya moving over to help out Aqua. Aqua just had to be a bit careful. It's very, very low right now. But Baranya will take the kill. And yeah, he really is. He's on track to getting what will be a very good timing on the boots to travel. And Baranya, without a doubt, he's getting that early momentum.
A bit of a mistake there from Toby, because he got rotated on.
The hesitation. That was so close to being brilliant there from Stormstormer, diving in and finding Aqua. But it's so close, but not close enough for him to get the kill. Aqua gets out, and there'll be Sonic Wave put on cooldown for a couple of minutes.
It's a difficult one. You know, you gotta try, whether you pop it or not. Mars already tried to play with the fog a bit and got out of the trouble. That would definitely be a kill. But my point is, like, Toby overextended there a bit, because he got rotated on by two heroes who didn't even have boots. Like Lina at the time did not have it, and neither did Bane. Oh, Macro Fire, that damage!
Burn them. Burn them all. So much damage indeed. Helping them get towards that. Ether Lens that he'll be going for first, making sure that even when sort of Aqua's getting involved with the Stone Gaze available, Toby's still able to reach him from the side and hit him with the Jewel Breath.
Yeah, it's gonna be about that Ice Path, because you're playing a Korjuk hero, you do not want to get like Ice Path early on, you want to max out your nuke, but I assume he's gonna max out Ice Path once he hits level 8. The spell is too valuable to pass on, and you have another way of like canceling the TP. Spirit Breaker, 9 minutes, 30 seconds in, almost level 6, which is good. Silencer might need to take the dome for himself, about to crack level 5, so they will need to play with that global. It's gonna be mostly counter-reactive global instead of using it as, you know, let's say Queen of Pain blinks in and then they pop the global to get a kill. It's gonna be about canceling that grip and Mortimer's Kisses, pretty much.
Yeah, Katami, I'm gonna be careful around here. I know that any sort of chance for a sleep setup into the combo, Branya will kill pretty much anyone on the map right now. Chrysalis, maybe less so, has the armlet done. And of course, a point in the reincarnation, so feeling a bit safer to farm around in the lane down here. Even though Chicken Fighters, they will soon have that combo. How close are we to Era getting the 6? Okay, a little while away. Still needs a level to go before they have that combo mid lane. Pexu trying to pick up some XP. Macropie's back up. Toby claims another. And he burns them down. And will manage to get the pressure onto this mid tower. With those 3 points in the liquid fire, we'll be able to start making good work on this.
Jakiro, one of the heroes that can solo pressure the tower, Era.
I've got the spear to push back the breaker. Yes, we do. Nicely done there from Shibe. Keeps his mate safe.
Fire Snap Cookie plus a Tumbler's Toy, 2-way to get out of the trouble. It's, I feel like Tumbler's Toy is one of the funniest neutral items, and I just love the sound overall. Like,
it's a good boing. And it saves a lot of lives. We do see a lot of very clutch stuff coming out with the Tumbler's Toy. It's essentially a little early game 4 stuff. Bit of mobility. They can definitely be worth quite a lot effectively in the early game. All in all, 11 minutes in. Dead even on the net worth here, really. Less than 1k, 5 to 5. It's the split that's different. Of course, the majority of it right now for Chicken Fighters on Branya, which is not a bad thing at all. Seeing what he can do on the Lina. And Aqua playing that recovery game. And he's getting away with it. As tough as the lane was, he's now been able to keep to himself. And only 400 behind that of Crystallis.
Yes. The Crystallis usually is one of the guys that tends to be on the top, but he got shut down in the laning stage hard. It was, you know, not a strong lane. Raid King plus Silencer against Snapfire plus Mars. This might be like one of the strongest lanes we have in Dota right now. Cookie into Spear, into like minus armor on top of the God's Rebuke. Just too much physical and magical damage coming out from these two. And I like the itemization on Shiba. He understands we need a way to start a fight, so I'm not gonna go anything greedy. I'm gonna skip the armlet, which is something that Mars players have been buying quite a lot recently. So he decides to go for a Blink Dagger, and now it's time to go. There's gonna be, but once you decide to go in, you still need to think how the fight is gonna be played out, considering you know that there will be global.
Absolutely. The global's got to be on their mind. A mid lane.
Unless you jump Silencer, because he just showed on a mid lane.
Yeah, that would be the big catch here, really, for the jump of the Mars. Mid lane, we're going to have Katami ramping in from the back lines. Comes in with a charge on a Pexu. That'll be the Bane gone. See the jump now. Global in response to make sure there isn't a spear follow-up from the arena. Now it comes out, but Toby's already out of range. The Laguna lands, but nothing else. Toby's able to walk away. Stormstormer fights back with the Sonic Wave. Bursts down Shibe. Katami charges in onto Era. Branya's trying to finish up the Dragon. Will manage to do so. Only just, though. As Entity, they'll be the ones to take 2. Only losing 1 themselves. As we did see there, that the Global indeed just putting a stop to the attempted combo from Shibe. And making the fight rather difficult for Chicken Fighters to come out on top of.
Global is a pretty long cooldown. It's 130 seconds level 1, so they will still have opportunity to initiate one more time with Mars Arena before the Global is up, so they should definitely try to go for another smoke and try to focus that tier 1 tower on the mid lane. As we can see, Entity trying to do the same thing with the Jakiro. They have a ton of damage, but Baranya, he is all over the place. We wanted to see him pop off. This is going to be like 15, 16 minutes, Boots of Travel, double null, Magic Wand, plus BKB on Lina, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, once that BKB's there, unless Katami can sort of control him with the charges and the bashes, he's just going to be popping that and running straight for these squishier heroes like the Silencer. He's just going to have to keep himself completely out of action and out of the way. Bottom lane, Entity grouping up here. A couple of them smoked. So if they've got anywhere to start the fight, Chicken Fighters, they're looking to wrap round through the jungle, knowing they've still got a bit of time to play with whilst the Global's on cooldown. See who they can get. Stormer would be a nice catch for Jibbe, and he might just find it here. Straight in with the spear setup. They're going to lay down with the kisses and the grip. Make sure there's no chance for the survival of Stormer as they take down the Quap and open up the opportunity to push down this tier 1 mid. Looks like we are going to have an attempted defense though by Entity. They know a couple of ults have been used here by Chicken Fighters. And Katami, he's going to start the action straight off with a charge onto Arrow. Now Jibbe has managed to catch the Silencers pretty big as well. Global was back up, but Jibbe opens up straight away onto Fishman, so they won't have to worry about the Global for 20 or so seconds.
Yeah, and this is the move that we kind of wanted and predicted to see, where they smoke while Global is still down. They get a big kill, they kill Quap without using the arena, and then Jibbe finds another great opening on Silencer, which is pretty much the target you want to take out immediately, because there is no real save on Entity. Like, they have no heroes that can provide any kind of save if Silencer gets jumped on. Oh, another spear, nicely done.
Yeah, Crystal is farming a little aggressively, of course, does have to reincarnate to rely on. Macropire laid down on a Pexu, he'll be caught in it with the bash, so he's down. And it looks like they actually won't have enough fire to go for a second round onto Crystalis. So Entity more than fine to keep fighting on. Katami's even in with the setup for Jibbe, but the cookie gets Jibbe to safety. Aqua popping the Stone Gaze, but no one else is really pushing on into him. So not like Entity care too much about that whatsoever. As they'll take the tower, they'll take the Bane kill, and they'll back off.
Yeah. Baranya pausing the game. They need to have a talk with Medusa. Zoning ulti. I think the whole plan was for Chicken Fighters, because he found a really good opening on Wraith King. If Medusa was a bit closer, he wanted, like, this is the plan. Wraith King dies, you pop ulti, and this is another way of saying, you know, we're gonna take this fight, but you can't get close. So if maybe Medusa was a bit closer, they could have taken the fight. Another good cookie from Era. He's been all over the place with his either tumbler story on himself or with just cookies to get people out of the trouble.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We'll see. Next fight, as the Global will be less of an impact on Baranya's gameplay. BKB's done, so he'll have that ready for the reaction. So whilst Entity might be able to break some of the heroes out of some of the stun lock of the ults of Chicken Fighters, damage from Baranya is still going to be flying through pretty hard and fast.
Interesting build on Entity. Like, Crystalis decided to go for Blink Dagger as a second item, something that we usually don't see. Most of the time it's Deso to be able to deal more damage, and also Jakiro has one Blink Dagger queued up.
All right.
It feels like they think they need to be able to jump them. Like Spirit Breaker with the charge, Queen of Pain might be one Blink Dagger extra that they spent the gold on unnecessary. But let's see. So yeah, Jakiro decided to pick it up.
Yeah, Jakiro Blink. We'll see what it does here for Toby.
It's also a good way to protect yourself against, like, arena initiation if you're fast enough.
That's true. Now, bottom lane, Katami. He will be found here, as Verifire's not going to keep him alive this time. See Entity starting to invade Chicken Fighters jungle, maybe seeing if they can find a kill themselves whilst they saw the noise that Chicken Fighters are creating down bottom. Pexu is going to get the chance to open up with a Fiend's Grip. And that's going to be him going down here. Or maybe not with some good toggles of the armlet.
Still
doing his best.
toggling.
A couple of toggles.
Not anymore.
It isn't enough to keep him alive. Crystalis goes down. See Fishman starting to poke back into Jibbe. Backup from Toby. Stormer is here.
Another cookie. Unfortunately for Entity, there was no global available. And once again, Chicken Fighters, they are keeping good track, I would say, on the spells in general. Like, I feel like they're pinging out every single spell, because so far they've been playing great around the global, around Raid King's ulti, and yeah, Crystallis was a bit too over-aggressive, I would say, considering where he was farming.
Yes, yeah, considering his ult was still on cooldown, definitely a bit of a aggressive creep hitting there from Crystallis. It cost him his life. And that does hurt, especially when we see, obviously, Entity as well with the blinks, as you're mentioning, very much showing that they do want to go all in on this mid-game and for the plays. You look at the net worth, second highest now, it is Aqua. After that tough start in the lane, he's up to where he'd hoped to be. You know, Manta, Dragonlance done, that early sort of hurdle crossed. Without a doubt, it does feel this game is on a bit of a timer for Entity. They've got to tighten it up. If Chicken Fighters get one more sort of fight where they shut Entity's attempts down, this game's only going to get more and more difficult for Radiant to pull through.
For sure. And another good spear. Like Chicken Fighters, they're getting pick-offs without using smokes, which is pretty impressive. It's a position 4 Spirit Breaker, but he died like 4 times, so that means his item timings are gonna be delayed. To go back to Aqua, he's been farming real nicely in this game. Only like that one that he was completely shut down, couldn't come back to the lane, but Medusa is one of the heroes that you can always farm up in jungle with, and they made a couple of stacks, not too many, but they made some to make a comeback. Oh, Jakiro, thinking about his itemization. Last time around I saw him play, it was Ether Lens into Aghanim Scepter, but this time around adjusting, having a Blink Dagger to be able to follow up and close the distance. Going into Shard. Shard, Jakiro is insanely strong. It also like applies a mini stun, which is great. I just maybe don't think it's like your second, third type of an item. I love Aghanims, that's why, because I've seen him play, I've seen Toby play Aghanim Scepter, and I've seen what he can do with it, and so maybe he still decides to change his mind, but we'll see. Yeah. Straight into Roche Pit.
I mean, smoke's coming out for Chicken Fighters. They know something's up. They're going to be heading straight over here, and Entity's got to be careful. They're not doing it fast enough. Crystallis, oh, he's actually going to jump over aggressively towards the Lina. And the global silence come out, but the BKB's there from Branya, turns with the Laguna onto Stormer. Aqua's moving in as well. As Branya will fall, he's out of the fight for 50 seconds. They take down Crystallis the once. Can they do it a second time? Cookie in and in position with the Stone Gaze. Fiend Script control as well from Bexu. Crystallis is not getting out of this one as he'll go down. The Snake's bouncing around between Fisherman and Stormer as Chicken Fighters trying to see if they can catch anyone more on the back of this attempted escape from Entity. And it won't be the case. It's just going to be Branya going down on Chicken Fighters, Crystallis out on Entity. And is Chicken Fighters ultimately pushing Entity away from that Roche attempt, though?
Nicely timed global, because Bane was about to use Nightmare to soak up some damage and try to take away focus from Lina, but the global came like the exact same second he was about to do it. Buyback from Jibe, so that's gonna cost them quite a lot, especially because they only managed to get a tower. They did not get the Roche from it. And we're going to see the fight again. Borania getting charged on. Immediate global silence like Bane was not... He was ready, but as said, global silence messed it up. And they also have a BKB piercing ability with Spirit Breaker. Raid King still does a ton of damage with just Armlet at the moment.
It was a good aggressive start there from Crystallis. Secures him really, that Borania kill, getting the damage in he did before the BKB came out. Getting that trade in return. I see, Katami. He's going to put a stop to that charge. Now smoked up and set up for some action here, Entity. See if they can get the wraparound. Of course, this is without the global of Fishman, and that's been quite a crucial part of Entity's fight. But I think still just feeling the urge to get the action going whilst they have these blinks. Branya, he's going to catch Fishman, walking through the river, though. That's the silence gone. Chicken Fighters, I mean, when they're in a 5v4 situation, they may feel that they could just walk in a Roche and take it themselves without any interruption from Entity.
Silencer, as a 5, is one of the best heroes you can buy back with, because you can still contribute. Unfortunately, again, global silence on cooldown for a couple of seconds. I've seen this so many times. I think Solo was one of the better ones, just to buy back and do that with the position 5 Silencer. Bait couple of spells, but this time around, Baranya will be the one holding the Aegis. I think that's the correct choice.
Yeah.
Because he deals more damage than Medusa, I would say. And Medusa feels super tanky at the moment.
Yeah,
and I don't think they can just go on Medusa and straight up kill her.
I don't think so at all. No, Aqua's going to have the mantle to remove anything that's sort of set up by the Jakiro. And without sort of that Axe build-up quite yet, they just won't have that overwhelming damage to threaten this Medusa. You know, Aqua's very farm, 14k net worth. Bottom lane, setup is there. They've looked for Stormstormer. The Global's going to come out. He's up in the air for now, comes straight back down. Into the trees he goes, but they're on top of him, heading his way. Stormstormer trying to push them back. But again, the setup there from Era, getting Aqua into the front lines. And still, it might not seem like the biggest numbers, 3k, but really just when you consider what both teams seem to be going for in this game, it feels tough for Entity.
It definitely feels like a lot more.
Yeah.
Considering like the carry-to-carry matchup is not really good, Medusa will take over. Not gonna say slowly because she's already taking over. 15,000 net worth. Like Raid King is sitting at 11. So pretty impressive game from Charlie, aka Aqua, so far. This should be a free tier 2 tower for them. There's no way Entity decides to defend this. They can take the outpost, rotate to the mid lane. Mid lane's pushed in, and maybe trade tier 2 tower on the top for a tier 2 tower on the mid lane. But they can also defend. Oh, Baranya with the Arcane. This is the second time he gets a solo pick off on Silencer.
If they catch Chrysalis as well, it's going to be pretty disastrous here for Entity there. It's got the blink up in a second, Chrysalis. Into the trees he goes, but Chicken Fighters, they're keeping tabs of him pretty nicely. He's going to turn and actually go aggressive onto Era. He's got backup with Katami. Teams are coming into tier 2. Stormstormer's in with a burst. They bring out Era. What more can they find? Katami trying with the chase, but Jibe turns. Arena set up with the burst of Baranya. They take him out. Both supports have lost their life on Chicken Fighters, but the cores still very strong and ready to fight. Aqua's turning up as well. Being a little cautious themselves, though, knowing that Entity have the numbers. Fishman coming back in with the buyback. The Global's up in 20. That'll be in mind here for Chicken Fighters, but they do, of course, still have Aegis on Baranya.
I think Chicken Fighters would take this 3 versus 4 fight, especially with Aegis, Medusa being full HP, full mana. What I like about Era's itemization is he decided to go for Yule Scepter, which is something that you usually don't see on a Snapfire, but I think in this situation is pretty much the perfect item to be able to dispel Global, also be able to stop the charge, and it's a great setup for either Spear or LSA.
Absolutely. Oh, Entity, the pressure continues to be on for them. Their next move really does have to be a big one. That looming power of the Medusa is only going to be more and more scary for them as the moments pass. Aqua, just a demon edge away from a Daedalus, and as early as it is, as early as it seems, just 26 minutes in, it's even getting to the point where Chicken Fighters, they might be the ones to just sort of roll down a lane and pressure the high ground and see that Entity might just not have an answer for how strong this Medusa is right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You remember when Mystic Snake was 45% and when it was also stealing mana?
Yeah, I was not.
How is that in the game? I remember Tidehunter getting like close to a team fight, gets hit by a snake. Sorry, no mana for Ravage because you used 1 Anchor Smash and now you don't have it. Arena?
Oh, I mean they're poking up here at Toby and they'll get him. He's gone. I mean this is the situation here for Entity. They've got to do something. They're going to try for it. Straight jump onto the back lines. They'll find Peksu. Chrysalis, he's got him. Can he actually get back out? He's gone down the once. Kiss is coming in. A Global puts a stop to it. Stormstorm's going to jump to the back lines. In they go with the God's Rebuke to knock back the two, and then Katami charges over. Will be able to bring down Era with the help of Stormstormer. See what more they can find. Sonic Wave as well. Knocks down Jibe. Stormstormer putting a stop to this push. Aqua, TP's going to be put to a stop as well. Chrysalis comes back in with a Ray Fire Blast, but as you can see, they're very careful at how they poke at this Medusa. They know that they're going to need a hell of a lot of damage if they want to bring Aqua down, as they're trying to approach them, but Aqua and Baranya just holding their ground. Stormstormer, he's got to blink out to safety. He's got to run. Maybe they can kill Baranya, but killing Aqua...
Medusa still too tanky.
It's just not going to happen.
Maybe with Jakiro coming in. Yeah, that's going to be a ton of damage.
Aye, they've got Macropire. He's going to step his way out of it, Aqua, and that will do it. The damage required comes out from Toby with that Macropire.
Nicely done by Entity. They realized they can't like fully commit on Medusa, so they were just poking, and Queen of Pain managed to jump the back lines and get a nice Sonic Wave, deleting 2 heroes pretty much immediately. And then they realized, you know, Medusa, she's not gonna go down. Jakiro is about to respawn. Jakiro with his shard just deals like too much damage, I would say, because it's a percentage-based damage, and it's always gonna be good. 2.5 max HP.
Dire's middle tower is under
But not the best retreat from Chicken Fighters, I would say. You know, they try to TP in front of them instead of maybe try to back off a bit. There was no vision on the high ground, I believe. Usually where there is, where they took the fight. So none of the teams had vision on the high ground. A lot of sentries in that area, however.
There is, yeah. Entity making sure they cleaned out the whole area. Any sort of eyes that Chicken Fighters have laid down. All in all, a very, very solid hold there from Entity. Not an easy one to do, but they do it. Taking the fight very well and very carefully bringing down Aqua's Medusa. And that is only going to get easier when the Ags is done for Toby. He's about 1100 away from it. We're seeing the potential of the ult already, but once he has that extra damage from the Macropire, it's going to make it a little bit difficult for Aqua to find his position in these fights. He's got to make sure that he's ready to be on the move if that ult gets laid down underneath his toes.
Next Roche may respawn in a minute. I don't think both teams need to rush anything, so probably just gonna wait until it gets closer to possible Roshan spawn and then go for a smoke and try to get a kill. 45 seconds. Medusa also wants to get Daedalus before the next fight.
Yeah, we'll have it here off this wave. See Entity. How aggressive do they want to get? They've got everything ready, global to go. AC done on Crystalis. But with the BKB, can easier lock down onto the Medusa. Yeah, being very careful before this spawn. 10 seconds and we'll see. And it's going to be heading that way. Daedalus is out. Every team's got the tools to play with. Blink as well on Era, so he can reposition better.
Still no shard on him, so not as good, but once that shard is going to be available, he can also be the initiator with it, and then has another way of saving himself once he jumps in with that Yule Scepter that we talked about. Roche will respawn in 45. Both teams want to take this fight. It's neck and neck in terms of net worth. 1k gold lead for Chicken Fighters.
There we have it. Smoke on smoke. Entity. Actually gonna, Akutami, nice move there. He's gonna put a stop to that whole move from Chicken Fighters, spotting them out. But they know what's up. Aqua still feeling confident with the team behind him. Push out this mid wave, and Entity still waiting for an opportunity. They may just have found it here. They've got Piranha. Locked him down in the up, but he did get the BKB out in time. The physical damage coming in though is a little too much for him. Piranha's got to run, and he will be able to do so. With the Skadi from Aqua slowing down Crystalis, Piranha's able to get out to safety to the side. Aqua actually doesn't care about the Macropire at all right now. Steps straight back in it to take down Toby. The kisses are coming in. Entity, they've got to start working on the retreat. Crystalis forced up to the high ground. Fishman will be found. Shiba in with a blink spear, takes out the silencer. Crystalis trying to bring down at least the Bane, but he's going to lose his first life, and he's going to come back into his second round right in front of this Medusa. He needs help, and the buyback from Toby in the ice path will give him some sort of safety to start trying to turn him face back into the Medusa, but he doesn't do nearly enough damage to contest Aqua. As Crystalis may manage to take out Era, but Aqua full HP, full mana, not quite something he can approach right now. As Entity, they'll have to back off.
Entity does a very good job at recognizing what needs to be done, who they need to focus. Spirit Breaker goes in, charges Lina, uses ulti on her, and they almost bring her down. They needed one extra hit, so that fight was pretty much 4 versus 5. Lina was forced to TP out back to the base and came back to a fight. Also, Crystallis' positioning was top tier. I would say he understands that he needs to go in and then needs to go back a bit. Still manages to get 2 kills out of it. And he focuses Bane. Bane was also very close to using the Fiend's Grip possibly in that fight.
I mean, I guess he wanted to spot out the Roche. He just jumped straight in and he actually gets straight back out. All right, it kind of works out for now. We'll see what more they can do with this. They take out Shibe through his BKB. They've lost Toby. Branya tries to run in for Fishman. He'll turn over towards Katami instead. Stormstormer jumping in with a blink, trying to burst Branya, but it's not enough. Branya's going to be fine for now. Charge coming in from Katami off the back of this buyback. They're pushing away Chicken Fighters from the pit. Roshan relatively low right now. Aqua still has the Stone Gaze ready for a fight around the area, though.
Jakiro is a lot of their damage in the team fights, but they still want to take it up. How did Queen of Pain not die there?
Yeah, I don't know. He goes straight in. And he gets back out, somehow able to do so without them locking him down. And a big escape from Stormstormer means he's still around and able to offer up his ult here if they get back in on the pit. Whilst they know Chicken Fighters, they want to finish this off. Sure, they don't have Jakiro, but there's no Mars on Chicken Fighters. Are Entity really going to let Chicken Fighters get away with this? It looks like they might. Yet they're not going to try and get back in and contest this. Chicken Fighters will finish the Roche. It is going to be theirs. We'll see here. He's in.
Oh, the nice bat. That's how he got out.
Yeah, Pexu.
40 HP.
He did have a Nightmare available, but as you saw the hesitation, he believed the Stormstormer was dead. And yeah, you can't blame him for that at all. It certainly looked like he was, but he wasn't. Gets out, will survive. But back on track, Chicken Fighters. As I say, they've got that Aegis now on Aqua. Shard as well, picked up from the Roche going his way.
That cold-blooded, you get an extra snake. Very potent, something you don't want to buy on Medusa, but you definitely want to pick it up from Roche. And now the full pike, so she can position herself better. Even use it on her allies if Lina gets jumped on. I think that's a really good idea if they're playing close together, because Lina still does not feel secure coming into the fight. They can still take her down, especially with SB focusing her. And now Toby, I believe he had to buy back, so he's Aghanim's got delayed once again.
Yeah, it's going to be quite an important part of their high ground defense, being able to have the Ags Macropire to just dissuade them from pushing on. And as you can see for now, Aqua not feeling there's too much that bothers him whatsoever. Stepping up on the top lane. What can they do to slow down this push? Trying to go in onto this Medusa. Very little being done against Aqua right now.
Jakiro has a core, so annoying with that cast range on level 10. He's the one holding up the blast rig. This item is really good if you just get jumped on. It's, I'm not gonna say very situational, but a lot of heroes wanna have it most of the time, because it's one of the items that I think almost always gets used, no matter what, even over some tier 4 items.
See here. Shibe's going to start things off with a big jump forward. The Sonic Wave pushing him back. Charge over, but Shibe's going to get out to safety. Ends up living. They've taken out Toby. No buyback, of course, without still being on cooldown. Katami to fall as well. He also off the back of a dieback. Won't have any way to re-enter for the potential defense. As Entity, they get the back lines, but they're struggling to do anything about Aqua. The Stormstormer's looking for error. He's going to turn. Can he even bring down the Snapfire? No, he can't. He has to back off. Into the trees he goes. The rain track's taken out. They've killed off the 3 of them, but Stormstormer, can he get the 4th? He might get Era. Era push back.
Cookie in a second.
Ooh, he's out with the blink. Era's going to be chasing. Quick whip, but not going to try and risk his life down there any closer towards Stormstormer. He'll let Stormstormer get away. Back on the focus up top. I mean, we're seeing Aqua. His friends may have all died around him, but he is not feeling too phased whatsoever. Full HP, full mana, level 25. Still has an Aegis. It is getting to the stage of the game where Medusa doesn't even really need the T.
I will see about that if the rest of the team connects, especially with Jakiro, that is respawning in 3 seconds. And he will need help. He's out of mana. We have seen this before, Owen. Exact same
The same
spot.
area we have. See if they can do it twice here. And slowly but surely. I should have him. Crystallis, I take him down. They lost the top racks, but they do kill off the Medusa. So a bit of a heavy cost, I guess, for taking the racks top. I mean, he's out for 100 seconds, Aqua. This is what we like to see from Entity. They still find the ways, and indeed, when he is on his own, they can throw everything down at this Medusa, still take her out of the game.
They have enough control, stun, lockdown, attack speed reduction when they all group around Medusa. But now she has a BKB and she also hit level 25. One of the best 25s in the game, if not the best, where you have Scotty, AoE Scotty. But also one of the better ones that we just pointed out is Wraith King with his level 25, the Mortal Strike cooldown.
Dire's middle tower.
Medusa does not have buyback. She bought a full BKB, so Chicken Fighters, they will need to go back. Might need to cut some losses and say, you know, we'll lose 1 or 2 heroes here and defend the barracks. Global.
Actually, yeah, popping the global here in reaction to Jibbe. Trying to start off some play, but Era goes down. Jibbe does manage to kill off the Jakiro, take down Toby. This will be the bottom tower. Okay, so the creep waves are pushed out, so the tier 2 will be fine for now. Entity doing their best here against the lead that Chicken Fighters have to punch back into this game. And they're doing a good job of it. Making sure that lead doesn't grow too much more than the 4K. Still obviously a set of racks down. It's not going to be fun to play against. The Crystallis, 25. He's got the gold coming in as well, and he is going to hit hard with that Mortal Strike cooldown reduction.
Yeah, he becomes Crystallis with that
Aye.
minus cooldown, 2 seconds. He's massive. Like, he just dishes out so much damage with that 25. Has a Basher to have even more control, has a BKB that is down to 7 seconds. Medusa with her shiny 9-second BKB. We'll see what she can do with it.
We're going to see them find Crystallis to start off the action. See if he can toggle his way out of this. Good 4-star full, getting back to the safety of Fishman and Stormer. Aqua's going to wrap around though, try and break up the fight more. Katami popping the BKB. They will take down Jibbe. But they've lost both Katami and Fishman. Stormer with the Sonic Wave and Crystallis in the follow-up. They're trying to find Branya, but they don't do enough on the Omen. The 2 of them. Round 2, Crystallis had the BKB ready to pop for this one. He needs help, and he needs it now. Toby lays down the Macropire. Aqua still trying to push through it. Branya taking heavy damage here for the Fishman's damage over the time. And he will go down, but so will Crystallis. Buybacks available here from both teams if they want to push this any further. Chase down on a Fishman will be there. Fishman did buy back for this one, so out for 95. No silencer over in the mid. Stormer just pushing out this mid wave, trying to stop Chicken Fighters getting the opportunity to push in against him, while Stormer will be the only one alive.
Yeah, this is the second time Silencer uses buyback without having global to pop it from the base. So not too valuable, dies after that. If Lina and Medusa, if they stick together in the team fights, I think they can take them down. But Queen of Pain, this is one of the reasons why this hero is so popular lately, because she can go in, create chaos, get a lot of focus on her, and not die. Especially with level 25 talent, you have a free Lincoln Sphere on 18-second cooldown.
Stormer is trying his best to slow down this push. BKB pop, buybacks coming out from the 2 of them. Crystallis and Toby back into action. Maybe seeing if they can get in onto Aqua whilst the backup of Branya is not in play. They get the setup here with the Ice Path. Stormer's being caught by the combo though. Jibbe and Era looking for the turnaround. Cookie in as well. The burst of the screen takes out Era. Over to the side, Aqua, he's in trouble. He's burning pretty low here, low on the mana. Stonegaze is back up though. Crystallis, he's out the 1. Aqua still as low as he is, standing his ground, takes out Toby. Crystallis also to fall. That will be a dieback on the 2 of those cores. As it looks like this time round, as much as they try and do to take out Aqua, they won't quite have enough power within them. As only Storm alive, he will be backed up by Fishman. But with 3 heroes dead for over 80 seconds, it's very difficult to see how Entity is going to stop Aqua from just cleaning up the base and probably cleaning up the game.
Queen of Pain picked up double damage. Let's see the Roche respawn. Fastest Roche respawn. Oh, he gets him.
I guess Jibbe.
They might... it's just Queen of Pain plus
Can they
Silencer. Buyback-wise, they don't have them. But Aqua, Maybe we can see, you know, he's hesitating.
He is.
Two
I mean,
times it happened to him.
It's true. He's like, well, maybe we should play it the safe way, he says. Doesn't want to push on. Nearly a minute when it is just Stormer and Fishman defending. But yeah, after the last few times, they're going to play it the safer route here, Chicken Fighters. They don't want to push on.
They're still being very close, but still also respecting the damage, what they can do if they manage to isolate Medusa. Queen of Pain, level 28, picks up Timeless Relic. I don't think you can ask for a better item. So you have 25% debuff duration, so silencers from the shard are going to last longer. More spell damage, of course, on top of that.
Oh, here we go. So still a bit of time to work with it. 10 seconds, Katami will be back up, but the big one being Crystal is out for 30.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks
Take the one set, and they'll leave it at that. I mean, Roshan is up, so of course, Chicken Fighters, they could absolutely look for that. Make sure they don't have any further slip-ups here on the close-up of this game. Swift Blink done on Aqua. Bit of additional mobility, and Stormstorm will have an arcane room for this next potential fight. Shibe not quite able to find the angle there on that tree. But everybody back up on Entity. 2 sets of racks down, though. The game's difficulty continuing to increase for them.
Tough spot to be in, because you know they will go for Roche if you just show up with, let's say, 2 heroes. They have enough damage with the Medusa and Lina to take it down quickly, especially with the AC on Lina that has been on for a while. This is pretty much do or die for Entity.
Yep. They've got to give it their all there. And how many, looking into this fight, how many buybacks do they actually have to play with? Still a long cooldown actually on the big ones, Toby and Crystalis. So yeah, the jump's got to be perfect. And it looks like they might not make it to a fight. If Aqua can do this in time, Storm, he went for an aggressive blink into the pit before. Kind of worked out for him last time. We'll see if he does it again here.
Ooh, another pause. Stormstormer trying to see what's happening inside the pit with Shivas. Can backpack his power treads if he saw Roshan being low. He's the one who has buyback, so needs to be like the front line, considering Raid King does not have it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Storm's got to be pretty selfless with his play and aggressive, and he definitely has been so far. He's been doing perfectly. We'll see the jump towards the back lines. Global comes out, but there's Fishman down. Sonic Wave onto the 2 of them. They burst through Pexu, but Pexu buyback immediately with the outpost available. He's going to be straight back over. Branya needs help, and he needs it now. A defensive nightmare and a grip comes out from Pexu to try and hold back Crystalis, but the damage from Stormstorm and Katami, it's enough to bring down Branya. They'll lose the Raid King once, though. Stun set up onto Stormer will cause the end of his life. And in the second round, Crystalis hasn't got anything else to fight back with, as that is Crystalis out. Storm, of course, as we said, had the buyback available. He comes back in, couldn't get back over to help out in time. Maybe Katami and Stormstormer can look for some sort of Aegis steal against the 4 of them, but it's going to be hard.
Oh, that angle from Spiritbreaker. He gets caught by the Yule Scepter. Oh, what a play from Era.
I mean, Stormstormer's going to try his best to help out. Comes in to try and bail Katami out of this situation that he's got himself into. Stormstormer looking for Pexu, will get it and gets out. There's another one down. I mean, Stormstormer doing his best to slow down Chicken Fighters from getting this Roshan.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A lot of creeps in the base. 2 catapults, 2 more approaching.
Another kill. They get Shippe. Stormstormer, Katami, they're doing it here with just the 2 of them. They're slowing it down. It will not just be
so
a
are creeps doing it in the base. They need to be careful. They're just going to lose the creeps.
I mean, Katami's brought back. Katami should be able to cover the base. Stormstormer does take a shotgun blast to the face, though. It is just down to Katami and Fishman. Katami's in. He's actually going to be able to kill Era. All right, it's just Aqua left alive right now on Chicken Fighters. Buyback comes out from Era. Katami sneaks away.
Can he kill the catapult?
He's got to kill him quicker.
Oh, Jakiro just spawned. Okay.
Defend the Ancient. They're doing it. They're holding on.
Yeah, Silencer not the best hero to defend the towers with, defend the throne with, especially if there are 4 catapults in the base. So, exposed throne, 500 HP. Radiant, do they have Glyph? They do not have Glyph for another 15 seconds.
Oh,
but
okay.
It will be up for the next fight.
That's going to be nice, because Chicken Fighters, if they were aware that it wasn't going to be, they would definitely go for the blink in, BKB, hit the Ancient, end the game. On Entity, have been doing a great job of holding on this game. And now they're going to have to do an even better one if they want to try and swing this around. Aqua's on the hunt. Blinks in with a swift blink. He's found Toby. Kiss is coming in as well. Toby, can he break his way away from this Medusa? He cannot. He's out. They will get the jump on Error, though. That's Snapfire down for 2 minutes. They're trying to keep the levels even here in terms of who's in the game.
Now, Chicken Fighters, they should try to go and, I'd say, end the game.
Oh, Fishman's in trouble. He's going to put the global. With the Mantis there, Aqua, he can chase the distance, jumps in. In fact, he's going to look to try and end it. He's going to start hitting onto the Ancient. They do have fortification, right? Here it comes. It comes out. Can Chrysalis and Katami slow down the two of them?
Give him the high five.
Fortification's going to come to an end soon, so Aqua, if he wants to end it, he can. He's going to look to pick up some kills, though, on the way out. Jumps in, gets Katami, and they will indeed call it here. GG, as Chicken Fighters, they'll take this game one. Things working out at the end of it all around Aqua's